Starting with your forwards, Jared Gillis. Forward number 15, forward number 19, Joel Ross. On defense, number 6, Josh Hughes. Number 18, Alexander Taylor. And in between the pipes, your goaltender, number 32, Shashuya. Give me a please roster. Later, penalty number 12, AJ Schofielder, 2 minutes booking. Schofielder, 2 minutes booking. Eastern power play will score and number 3, Eli Higgins. Eastern goal scored by number 19, Joel Lawson.
trouble. We are getting it corrected right now, so I'm not sure if you can hear or not. Nice job by Chubiala right there to kick the puck off into the corner. And now we got that corrected, so I will run that down as soon as play stops. Chubiala, he's on top of it. Puck rolls over him, and now there's a little scrum in there. To break it down, we're sorry about that. We had a little technical difficulty. What happened, first penalty of the game was to Schoenfelder for the Raiders at the 17-19 mark for hooking. Eastern answered quickly at the 17:09 mark. Patrick Waite picks up a goal from Jared Jelinek assist and Eli Nickish. 15:01 mark, Joel Lusk, he gets his point for tonight. He had one last night, but that was by a wicked shot by Dawson Bunch that hit Costello, and the rebound came out, and Lusk positioned himself at the top of the slot and just buried it in. 13:36 left in the first. Again, I apologize for the audio difficulty. So we will go. Sean Smith is out there, who's had a great start to this game. We got Jeff Leonoff out there with him, and it looks like Dom DeDurkis is out there. We got Joel Lusk playing D. We got a penalty on the Raiders. Number 12, Schoenfield, the second one he's picked up. So this is a great opportunity for Eastern to put some distance on themselves. Nice interruption by the Raider that just dumped it in, and that's Eric O'Reilly, who was just stellar last night for the Milwaukee Raiders. Here comes DeDurkis. That's Lusk. He picked up speed. Smith goes in the corner, takes his guy out. Leonoff gets it. He puts it back to DeDurkis. Tape-to-tape pass. Let's take a quick shot. Bunch almost came in with the rebound off of that one. Nice stick-to-stick passing by the Eagles. Dawson Bunch has it. He tries to get her to kick it over to Karchum. Went a little bit behind him. The Raiders pick it up, and it is off the netting. 12:22 left in the first. It's been a wide-open game for Eastern, which is good to see because that's how they played against the Ore Diggers, a wide-open style. And it's working for them today. They got a little bunched up, and you got to give the Raiders credit for that. They took them out of their game a little bit, but Eastern definitely looks like they did last week and putting a lot of pressure, keeping it wide open, not bunching up, not chasing it. They're playing some good anticipatory hockey. Eli Nixchick goes around the boards over to Arver. Arver holds back. He comes behind the net. Tried to get to Jelinek. Intercepted. Actually, that was by the Eagles. Kirchhoff that had it. He comes out. He's looking for someone out front. Puck rolled on him, but it comes back out to Eli Nickish. Nickish gets it over to Jelinek. Jelinek, nice pass. And Karchum almost had it. He tried to do a one-timer. Didn't quite get all of it, but nice play by the Eagles on that one. But I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far in this game by Eastern. They are just relentless right now, and the Raiders haven't caught up to them at all. Eastern's playing a whole different style than they did last night, and you can see it's posing problems. Jared Jelinek does some nice fancy stick work till the end. He just went one too many dekes, but nice work by him. Here comes Keegan Clark. He pushed it over to Arver. Arver takes a quick shot, went high over the net. Nice play by Clark, who again had an outstanding game last night for the Eagles. Nice little hip check by Dom DeDurkis, which is a lost art. Liam McGowan did that well last week. Arver blows up one of the Raiders for Eastern. Eastern's a total different hockey team today than they were last night. They came out with some jump, which is good to see because that's how they played last weekend, and they were effective. Here comes Sean Smith. He goes down low. He does a quick backhand on Costello. He just rides it out. Smith tried to kick it out front. Nobody was there for Eastern. Joel Lusk has it. He just dumps it in the corner for Smith. Smith has it. He goes behind the net, kicks it out. Top of the circle to Durkis, who took a quick shot. No, I stand corrected. That was Liam McGowan that took that shot. One a little wide. McGowan covers up for his line mate. Raiders have the puck. Barner just shot it behind the net. The puck rolled on top of the net, came out. Good heads up play by Shubiala because he didn't fall for it. He tracked it the whole way. Durkis has it. He kicks it over to Clark. Nice little behind the back pass by Jelinek. Clark takes a quick shot and goes up in the net, but that was a nice play by Jared Jelinek. No look back hand pass over to Clark, who just picked it up and took a shot at the top of the slot. Right now, Eastern's all over the Raiders. Penalty is over for Milwaukee. But I tell you, Milwaukee's a good hockey team. They showed a lot of strength last night, especially in the second and third period. Eli Nickish in the draw. Milwaukee wins it. Nikolov, a new player for Eastern. He's suiting up today. He got it in. He tipped it down low. Waite, who got a goal last week, if I remember right, against the Ordigger. He had it. He tried to kick it out. Went a little far to lean off. And Nikolov, he tried to pick up his partner Lenoff, but went a little bit too far, and there'll be an icing at the 9:21 mark of the first period. Shots on goal, Eastern 13 and Milwaukee 4, and that's just the difference right now you see, because in the first period last night, Eastern outscored or outshot Milwaukee, but then they just flipped it. And Milwaukee ended up having about a 30-shot differential on the Eagles last night, but not today. Eastern's playing extremely well. Eli Nikic, he shoots it in. Lenoff gives chase. Picked up by the Raiders. Here they come. They're busting out their zone. That was Yang. He just shot it in. He was looking for Capitano. He shoots behind the net. Picked up by Eastern. Jacob Nick just has it. He decides to go behind his net. No, he decides to cut in front of the net, mind. Just push it out in the neutral zone. That's another thing Eastern's doing a lot better tonight. They're controlling the neutral zone compared to yesterday. Kirchen, he gets the pass over to Jacob Nitchich. He brings it in. He dumps it down to Myers. Myers tried to get it down low, intercepted, but then Eastern picks it up, and that's Kirchen. Oh, nice play. That was by Zetterquist. They tried to do a high floating pass, tried to break someone out of the neutral zone, but Zetterquist was there, knocked the puck down. Stetcher takes a quick shot, went off of a Raider. Puck comes out innocently. Myers gets it, takes a quick shot, went a little bit wide. Zetterquist winds up, and Costello smothers the puck up. Outstanding job by Eastern. Whole different look than what yesterday was happening. Again, I keep referencing, but that's how they played against the Ordiggers, and they were extremely effective. Even though they split the game, they lost that one game in overtime. But they are looking stout tonight. Raiders has it. That's Ryder. He kicks around the net. Went too far. Sterling Myers picks it up. He shoots it in the corner. Puck picked up by Pacheco for the Raiders. Went a little too far for his line mate. Puck comes all the way around. Lusk is giving chase to it. Zetterquist, he comes in and uses the body. Lusk comes behind. He picks it up. He's in the neutral zone. He gets hit, but he got the better of it because a Raider player fell down. That was Parsons that tried to use the body. Nice job by Jaron Jelinek. He comes in, knocks a pass down that was going right in front of the crease, and here comes Eastern out in the neutral zone. Quick pass to Dawson Bunch. He goes in. He tries to pull up. Puck rolled away from him. Parson has it. He tries to do a little push pass, but great job by Keegan Clark. He got a stick in front of him and just shot behind the Raiders' net. Here comes the Raiders. They're in the neutral zone. Nice body. That was by Dom DeDurkis. He took off Pachoa, knocked him off. Puck rolls down the Eastern's end, and here they come breaking out. Dom DeDurkis on the near side. He just shoots a high pass into Arver in the corner. Arver gets it, tries to get it back to DeDurkis. He does. He tries to kick it out to Smith. Nice job by the Raiders. They smothered that puck, knocked it out in the neutral zone. Yang gets it. He tries to do a quick shot, went wide. Belmonte, he had it. He took a quick shot. Puck was rolling around in front of Shubiala, but Eastern picks it up. Now Arver breaks in. He comes in, takes a quick shot. Arver scores. Right in the middle, basically. It wasn't a low shot, high shot, right in the middle and buried it inside that post. Nice job by Robbie Arver. I'm not sure if they'll give the assist on that or not, but that was an excellent job by Arver to go in and just buried the puck, and there wasn't much Castillo could do on that one. Nice play by Arver. Heads up hockey by him. Eastern, just total different squad tonight. They are playing how they can. They're anticipating every move they're making, and it's working. And they got the Raiders discombobulated, to be honest with you. DeDurkis has the puck. He kicks it over to Smith. Smith just turns around and shoots it. Arver gives chase. Costello stopped the puck for D-man to get it. That's Myers. Got tied up by Arver. And here comes a break. 2-on-1. Quick shot by the Raiders, and they buried it in the net. It was a 2-on-1. Eastern got trapped. And Milwaukee Raiders answered, and I think that is Grobarek who got it. Gabe Turloff, it looks like they're going to give him the assist. We'll see if that gives any life to Milwaukee. Eastern's coming right back. Sterling Myers has it. Rolled off his stick a little bit, but nice job by Parker Wade. Picked it up, and the Raiders just shot the puck into their own end. But that was just an unfortunate play. Eastern was just putting a ton of pressure on them. They got trapped, and there wasn't much they could do on it. It was 2-on-1. Shubiala had to take a guess on who was going to take the puck. He went with that way, and nice job by Golbarek to put the puck in. Puck drifts off. Again, I'm guessing he wraps it around the boards. Went high, but it does look like the goal did give him a little extra oomph. And it was Turlet that got the assist for the Raiders, and it was Andrew Keenan that got the goal. No, they corrected that. It was Grobiak that got it. So that's your update on the scoring. But it's been a very entertaining game right now. 4:04 left in the first. Eastern's up 3-1 over the Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders. But this team, I learned from last night, the Raiders do not quit. Here they go again. They're back on a 2-on-1. They're catching Eastern a little bit, especially right in the end of the neutral zone. And they're getting them trapped, and they've got a couple nice 2-on-1s off of that. Big hit by Stetcher to slow down a Raider, but they are definitely looking for that stretch pass if they can get that quick break off of a mistake. And they've been doing quite a bit of the 2-on-1s right now. Eastern will make an adjustment on that one because the coaching staff's outstanding. They got Joe White as new head coach, Dimitri Lanoff, Joe Petula, Joey Porco, who's coming back, outstanding coach, and Brody Offerheide as the netminder coach. But really, really solid coaching staff for Eastern. They will make a quick adjustment off that. Sterling Meyer gets it. He just puts it out in the neutral zone. Dawson Bunch kicks it up to Jelinek. He's got Lusk behind him. Jelinek goes in. He tried to get it over wide and just a little bit too far for Mr. Bunch. Quick little tip. That was a nice play by Lusk. It was innocent going off, and he got a stick in there. Puck comes out to Zetterquist. He tries to shoot it in. Went behind him. Here comes Grobrock. He's getting hassled by Myers. Nice play by Myers on that one. Good heads up on him. He floated over, realizing that Grobiak was going to have a breakaway if he didn't. Backhand pass. Sterling Myers picks it up. He dumps it behind for Zetterquist. Intercepted by the Raiders. Puck hit off the side of the net. Bunch gets it over to Myers. Myers kicks it up to the far boards, a little bit too far for Lusk. Quick shot by Durkoff, and excellent job by Lucas Shubiala, and the puck did roll off of him. He had it. I took a quick glance, and it must have rolled in between his arm and his chest because Luke had it and stuffed it, and it must have snuck in between his arm and his body, and that's a quick answer by the Raiders to make it 3-2. Again, when I first looked at it, Luke had it, stopped it. Then I took a quick glance down, and Turlock gets it. And looks like they're giving the assist to Grobriak. We will double check that, but nice job by the Raiders. Like I was saying before, there's no quit in the team. They showed that last night. Arbor gets it. He takes a quick shot, smothered up by Costello. But right now, if I was Eastern, I'd just keep playing their style. They're doing a great job. Just every once in a while, the last couple goals were kind of interesting. But they just got to be careful not to cut down those 2-on-1s. Quick shot. That was by Nikolev, who joins the Eagles today for his first game. Did a quick spin around, took the shot. Smith was trying to cause traffic, but nice job by Costello to knock it down. Smith won the draw, kicked it out over to Durkis. He hits it off the board to himself. Nice little pass by him. Smith is battling 3 Raiders. He's in there. Durkis is in there. And Costello, I don't know how he saw it, but nice job by him because there was heavy traffic in front of him. And somehow he picked up the puck, but excellent job by Mr. Smith and Dom Durkis. Smith's in the draw for Eastern. Minute 25 left in the first period. They waved off. Now they're having a conversation now to get the line set up. Shots on goal, 19 for Eastern, 8 for Milwaukee. Puck won by Milwaukee, and they came out and they were looking for a quick break stretch past Torolette. He just broke straight out in the neutral zone, but they couldn't get the puck. Torolette gets it. He kicks it out front. Nice tip try by Ryder. Puck comes out in the neutral zone. Nice little feather pass over to Arbor. Arbor tried to get it back. Nice job by Parsons. Came back and lifted up the stick, and Robbie couldn't get the pass off. Quick shot by the Raiders. That was by Torrelette. Puck comes all the way down. The Raiders came out to Arver. Arver shoots and gets it. The puck squirted out. The Raiders had it. And Robbie Arver just set himself up and floated toward the net, and the puck bounced out. I don't know if there's going to be an assist on that one. But outstanding job. It looked like the Raiders had total control over it, and the puck just kind of squirted off the boards. And Mr. Arver picks up his second goal of the game. Eli Nickjes. Dom DeDurkas is getting the assist on that one. Those two are really teaming up well in this period, and that's a great response by Eastern. Milwaukee was gaining a little bit of momentum after their two quick goals, and then Eastern settled down and picked up another goal. Quick shot by the Raiders, glove down by Shubiala. Puck comes out of neutral zone. That should end up the period. No, wait, he decides he's going to go in and try to take a quick shot, went wide, and that will eat up the period. But outstanding first period for Eastern Washington. It's been a very entertaining game, but I give Milwaukee a lot of credit. They didn't hang their heads when they were down 3-0. And like I was mentioning earlier, there's no quit in this hockey team. And they came back and got the next two goals and got it to within one. And then Robbie Arver picks it up with 43 seconds left in the game or in the period to get it to 4-2. We're going to try the intermission question and answer period. I'm going to turn it over to Travis Allen here, who's going to be figuring this out because I have.
All right, so how big was that last goal for like team momentum going into the next period?
That's huge, especially in the last minute there. I mean, the boys always need momentum going to every period we got, and I mean, it always helps just have more goals, right? Bigger cushion.
Yeah, and then what's been like your biggest focus going into this game?
Forecheck, a lot of playing on their side of the ice because, I mean, it helps a lot, keeps the energy up, and the boys keep rolling.
Awesome, and then one more. How do you continue to kind of like set the tone and keep momentum when it's so back and forth?
You know, you just got to get out there, work hard, get your stick down, and hit people. I mean, that's my game at least. I mean, Dom's game is getting it over to him, and hopefully he scores. So
awesome. Thank you, Robbie.
Thank you.
Welcome back, hockey fans, to the second period between your Eastern Washington University Eagles and the Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders. It's been a very entertaining game. Run down the scoring in the first period. Eastern got on the board to the 17:09 mark. Patrick Waite scored with Jared Jelinek and Eli Nikish getting the assist. At the 15:01 mark in the second period, Joel Lusk got a goal that's unassisted, and he just received a letter. So we got Joel Lusk, Dom DeDurkis, Robbie Arver, and Jared Jelinek representing Eastern as the assistant captains. Then at the 6:06 mark of the third period, Robbie Arver gets an unassisted goal. Then Milwaukee came on at the 5:45 mark. That was Joseph Grobrock from Gabe Torlet. Then at the 1:55 mark, Milwaukee scored again from Gabe Torlet, and reverse Joseph Gerbeck got the assist. But with 43 seconds left in the period, Robbie Arver gets a goal from Dom DeDurkis, and that's how we got here, 4-2. The two netminders have played extremely well. Eastern for in net is Lucas Shubiala, and for the Milwaukee Raiders is Ethan Costello, and they both have played outstanding hockey. Shots on goal, 20 for Eastern, 10 for Milwaukee. Period's underway. Dawson Bunt picks it up. He goes in. He dangles a couple of people. He was looking for Lusk, who was floating at the top of the circle. The puck rolled off, and here comes the Raiders. Torlet had it. He kicks it down in the corner. Went a little wide, and Bunch picks it up for Eastern. Drops it back for Lusk. Lusk takes a quick shot. Went. Holy mackerel, and I stand corrected. That is Nikolov. He gets his first goal as an Eagle. That's Alexander Nikolov. Just joined the squad today. He pops a puck in. He came down the side. He took a quick shot, and I think it caught Costello off guard because it just kind of trickled off of his glove and into the back of the net. However you look at it, that's a great start for Eastern to get on the board with only 47 seconds gone in the period. Well, we'll check to see if they're going to give an assist to somebody. But Alexander Nikolov scores his first goal as an Eagle. And it was unassisted, so Alexander pops an unassisted goal for Eastern that really sparked him because Eastern was coming out flying in that whole first period. They were outstanding. Arver takes out one of the Raiders after he lifted the pass out. Dom DeDurkis gets it. He does a no-look pass over to Zetterquist. He does a quick stop. Arver picks it up. He's in the neutral zone. He's coming down the middle. He does a one-handed shot, basically past himself, took the shot, went wide. Liam McGowan gets it. He pushes it in, intercepted by a Raider, and the puck comes out in the neutral zone. Keegan Clark gets it, whips it around, tried to get it to Eli Nikish, who got just buried on the boards by a Raider, and Nikish is down right now. But a big hit by Francis Belmonte. Nikish was coming off on the board, and he didn't see the hit coming, and he is getting up on his own power, even though the trainer, Jose, is out there looking at him right now. But good to see Eli starting to get up by himself on that one. But again, EWU gets on the board at the 19-13 mark. Eli is skating off on his own power, which is good to see. That was a big hit. It was a clean hit. There was nothing facetious about it. It was a good hit. But it's good to see Mr. Nikish get up on his own accord. But Alexander Nikolov scores an unassisted goal, his first one for the Eagles, and he joined the club today. So that was a great way to start his career at Eastern. Kurtzner gets a draw for Eastern. He wins it. Parker Waite gets it. He pushes it down. And the puck goes all the way into Eastern end, and they are going to call it an icing. 17:43 left in the second period. Shots on goal, Eastern 21. Milwaukee School of Engineering 11. Eastern's playing just how they did last week against the Ore Diggers. They're wide open, anticipatory, and they're just putting a ton of pressure on the Raiders right now. And Milwaukee's doing a good job of battling them, but every time Eastern puts a ton of pressure on them, it really gets them off their game. And here comes Landoff. He had it. Actually, it looked like O'Reilly knocked it off of his stick and smothered it up by Costello for a face-off. But Eastern is playing just a relentless power brand of hockey, especially when they're attacking. And they've done a great job tonight of really clogging up the neutral zone so the Raiders really can't get their stretch passes that they were trying to do today. And they got a couple 2-on-1s off of it. Eastern's done a nice job of recovery. McGowan knocks the puck behind the net. That was kicked over to Waite. Waite has it again. He's battling behind the net. He's looking for Clark. He got the puck out to Clark. Clark takes a quick shot. Bounced off of Grobach. Went in the corner. Eastern's giving chase. That's Landoff. He's hassling him. The puck comes out in the neutral zone, but Landoff, he's hassling a Raider. Raiders try to do a quick shot. Here comes a really tough angle shot by Torlet, smothered up by Shubiala. Nice job by him. He's had a strong game again for Eastern. He played outstanding against the Ore Diggers last week, and he picked up right where he left off. But again, Costello's having a really solid game for Milwaukee, as did Cass last night for the Raiders. Torlet's in the draw for Milwaukee. And it looked like Nikic was for Eastern. Here comes Eastern in the neutral zone, breaking out. Eli Nikic had tried to split the two defensemen. Now there's a little scrum with Jacob Nikic, and it looks like I'm trying to make out the number for the Raiders, but something happened there. Jacob Nikic did not like what one of the Raiders did, and I think that could have been Cadre that he went right after during that whistle. So something must have either been said that got Mr. Nikic upset, but he went right after him. But here we go. Jacob Nikic, he wins the draw, went way wide past everybody, and now Cadre gets it. He kicks a quick pass over. Nice job by Shubiala to kick that puck off to the side. Kolalov had it, kicked it up to Patrick. Patrick's giving battle with two Raiders. The Raiders now seem like they're kind of went to an attacking pressure style game because now they're sending two guys in on every board pass there is. Quick shot by the Raiders. Another quick shot. That was by Hurby, but the puck's going wide of the net, and they're not really getting on target. Nice job by Stetcher to run interference. Patrick gets it. He gets it up to Stetcher. Stetcher's in on the far side. He tried to cut over. The puck rolled off his stick, but nice recovery also by Cadre to make sure Costello had the puck, and he smothered it up for a face-off. 15:22 left in the second period. But like I was saying earlier, last night they had Cody Cass in net for the Raiders, played an outstanding game, as did Sam Brash. for Eastern. He had a top-notch game also. So, but it's been a good goaltender battle for the first game last night and today. Eastern has it, kicked the puck back to Sterling Myers. But again, there's two Raiders that were on top of him, but the puck comes out wide. Zetterquist tries to get it over to Joel Lusk. Lusk tried to go behind the net. Nice job by Caperno to intercept it, but the puck comes out all the way in the neutral zone. O'Reilly gives chase with Lusk. Lusk intercepts the pass. Now here comes O'Reilly for the Raiders. He's an outstanding hockey player, extremely talented kid. He tried to get the pass over to Yang, went too far. Bunch tried to get it up off the far boards. Lusk gets it on the near boards. He's looking. He tried to kick it over to Dawson. Bunch went a little bit behind him. Bunch corrals it. He shoots it in the corner. Jelinek gives chase. He's behind the net. I think he's looking for Zetterquist. Jelinek decides to cut in front of the net, and it rolls in. Jared Jelinek, nice job by him. He kind of got the Raider confused. The D-man, he started to go wide, looked for Zetterquist, then broke off, and then started to go behind the net. The D-man for the Raiders kind of led up. Jelinek got right in front, buried the puck, and there was nothing Costello could have done on that one because he thought Jelinek was going behind the net also. But nice job by Jared Jelinek to pick up his goal, and I don't think there'll be an assist on that one. Outstanding job by Mr. Jelinek on that one to fool everybody. I mean, he cut right in front of the net when everyone thought he was going behind the net. So excellent play by him. Clark gets it, shoots it behind the net. Arver picks it up, who's had a solid game. He has 2 goals. Here comes the Durkas. He buries it in the top shelf. He just, when he has a shot like that, a goaltender's not going to stop it. I don't care who the netminder is. Dom DeDurkas has an incredible shot. The puck took a weird hop on the far boards, and DeDurkas was right there at the top of the slot. The puck came right out to him, and he just buried it. He made no mistake about it. And now Eastern is just gaining a ton of momentum. You can see how they're flying right now. Timeout by the Milwaukee Raiders. They have to settle things down. Eastern's threatening to run away with this game right now. But the Durkas was just in the right place at the right time. And they're going to give the assist to Arver on that one. They said he's the one that knocked it off the boards, but nice job. That's Arver that picks up another point. So that's 3 points for him tonight. And if I'm not mistaken, Durkas has a couple points himself. So those two guys are really becoming an offensive force together, but it's a solid line they got out there. They got Sean Smith with him too. A little equipment malfunction for Mr. Shubiala. He's straightening it out. But Eastern now is just gaining all the momentum. But there may be a goaltender's change for the Raiders. I can't pick up his number right now. As soon as I get that information, I will pass along. But Costello had a great game. I was surprised that they, unless he got hurt in the first, but he played a really, really solid game for the Raiders. Robbie Arver has it behind the net. Clark tries to take a shot. It went wide. Picked up by Barnard. He dumps it in the neutral zone, but Eastern intercepts it. Dumps it back in. I think that was Smith that got it in the neutral zone. Shot about behind the net, minder, for the Raiders. I'm still trying to pick up who it is. Harvard has the puck behind the Raiders net. He tried to kick it out front, went too far, missed everybody, and came out in the neutral zone. Whistle and the play. What I'm trying to do right now, and I apologize for the pause there, I'm trying to find out who's in net for Milwaukee. It looks like, if I read the one number, Cass may be back in net for them. But I am going to get verification here. Eastern won the draw. Puck went up to Karchner. He tried to get it over to Waite, went a little bit too far. Here comes Eastern again on the attack. We got a penalty coming up. A slash looks like it's going to go against 24, Gavin Herbie for the Milwaukee Raiders. And it is a net change. They did put Cody Cass back in to the net, which he had an outstanding game last night, but it's too bad because Costello was playing well for the Raiders. So I'm not sure what the change was for, but that is who net, who had a great game last night for Milwaukee. Dom Durkis has it. He's just spinning around in circles out, just skating by all of the Raiders who just kind of were flat-footed out there. They finally pick up the puck. Joe Lusk gets it. He kicks it over to Dawson Bunch, back to Lusk. Quick shot by the Durkis and smothered by Cass, who again is in net now. He took the place of Ethan Costello. 7-2 Eastern Washington University over Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders. But Eastern is definitely putting more heat on the Raiders this period. Joe Lusk gets it. He goes wide over to the Durkis. He comes over to Bunch. Bunch has a quick shot. Went off of a Raider. Puck comes back to Joe Lusk. He's setting everybody up. He tries to skate into an open spot. I think he was looking for a tip off of Jeff Lanoff. Bunch gets it. He takes a hard angle shot, bounced off the net, out to front to the Durkis, who snuck in behind everybody, took a shot, went wide. Lusk back to the Durkis. He takes a quick shot. Lanoff digs in it, and Jelinek goes flying over the netminder. That was by Francis Belmonte. He took a quick shot on an eagle that flew over the netminder cast. Puck won by Karcham. He tried to get it in, went a little bit too far, and here comes a 2-on-0 break for the Raiders, and puck went too far, and then he recovered off of it, and that is can't see his number right now. It is 44 Cadre. He was the recipient of basically a 2-on-0 break, and I'm not mistaken, it was Groveback who had it, went in, faked a shot, took a pass, went off of Shubiala, and then he buried the puck again. But nice job by Cadre on that one. Now it's a 7-3 game. Still 18 seconds left in the Raiders penalty. Again, here they go again. There's another break. Quick shot. Nice job of Shubiala. to knock that down. But right now, if you didn't know better, you think the Raiders were on the power play, but Cadre's been all over the place on this one. Outstanding job by him. Wait knocks the puck down. He's in a looked like all by himself, and Arbor kind of slid over and went offside at the 9:58 mark of the second period. So it was Cadre from Golbarak on the goal for the Raiders. And now we're all set up. Big hit. That was delivered by Josh Boot. Here comes Stetcher. He's in the corner. Puck rolls off his stick and went a little bit too high. Puck picked up by Josh Boot in neutral zone. Here comes Eastern back on the attack. Quick shot by Stetcher, who got buried by two Milwaukee Raiders on that one, so the shot wasn't that difficult for the netminder. .9:12 left in the second period. Got Joel Lusk out there. Gerald Jelinek is out there along with Keegan Clark, and looks like Liam McGowan is out there, and a Dawson Bunch. So that's the Eastern squad. Pucks drop. Jelinek wins it. McGowan knocks it behind the net to Lusk. Lusk tried to do a quick turnaround pass in front, intercepted by the Raiders. Here comes Torolette. He does a quick pass over to Ryder. The puck went wide. Vermonte had a nice stick lift by Lusk, get the puck out of the neutral zone, and here comes the Raiders. But Lusk intercepted it again. There's a little battle in the neutral zone, and they're going to call offside on Milwaukee, or they were going to have a 2-on-0 break on that. Everyone kind of congested right in front of the blue line, and the puck kind of squirted out. It went a little bit too far. Milwaukee got caught offside, or like I said, it was going to be a 2-on-zip break. Jared Jelinek in for the draw for Eastern, and Torolette for the Raiders. Won by Torolette. Puck shot in by Villamonte all the way behind Eastern's net. Zedequick gets it. He kicks a quick pass up. Here comes Iggs, and by Lusk. Lusk kicked it up to Bunch, but an Eastern player was way offside. They pulled it back out. Here comes Lusk. He tried to split the D man, almost had it. Nice job by the Raiders to clog that up. And the Raiders gets it. Here comes Dawson Bunch, full steam. Puck rolled off his stick back down to the Eastern end. Sterling Myers picks it up, goes behind the net. Here he comes. And this kid's quick. I just like Myers' game, period. He's just a good hockey player. Dedequist tried to close it off. Nice job by the Raiders. Shubiala did a great job of covering up that post. The puck went out a little bit wide on him. But the Raiders, again, they put on some decent pressure on that, and that was Eric O'Reilly that ended up with the shot on Shubiala. But Torolette was the one that actually brought the puck into Eastern's end and kicked the puck over to O'Reilly. And again, Shubiala did a nice job of standing his ground, and that's how he prevented the puck going in the net. 7:29 left in the second period. Puck goes in Eastern's corner. Here comes Myers. He brings it out. Two Raiders converge on him. Took him off the puck. Nice job by the Milwaukee D. Here comes Dom DeDurkis. He's trying to get it a quick pass between his leg to Arbor. Went a little far, but Arbor ended up recovering off of it. But the Raiders get it and push it in the neutral zone. Sean Smith has it, kicks it over to Zedequist. Zedequist up to Durkis, who just passed it into the corner of the Raiders with Arbor giving chase. He blows up a Raider. Here comes the Durkis. He's out front. That was all from Arbor's hit. Josh Booth he looks it over. He does a wide pass. That was kicked over to Nia Koloff. He bumps the Raiders off. Nice job by him on the back check on that one. He got a little bit out of position, but good recovery by him. Raiders have the puck. They try to do a no-look pass in front, but nice job by Boot to smother that up. Arbor tried to go between his legs with his own pass, intercepted by the Raider, who jumped it down into Eastern zone. Puck just innocently comes out in front. Picked up by Nikolov. He tried to push it up and it rolled into neutral zone. Puck comes back down to Eastern's end. Josh Booth has it. He brings it up. He tried to get it up on the top of the glass and it went into the netting. And it will be a face-off at the 5:55 mark of the second period. Score: Eastern 7, Milwaukee School of Engineering 3. Shots on goal: 31 for Eastern, 17 for Milwaukee. Again, that's the difference. The script is flipped. Eastern just put relentless pressure on Milwaukee right now. Puck comes out to Keenan. He does a quick shot. Blocked by, looked like the Dirk is out front, but the puck went over the net. Here comes Smith, passes up to Arbor. Arbor tries to get it out and rolled a little bit too far. Robbie lost his stick. And the puck just kind of squirted on top of Cody Cass, and he just smothered it up to get a face-off to his right. Draw one to Clark. Clark just shoots it in the corner. Here comes Waite. He tried to go up high, missed the net, and it went into the netting, and they will have a face-off to the right of Cass. Tyler Karchner will be taking the draw for Eastern. Got Parker Waite out there with him, with Keegan Clark and Ian McGowan, as is Karch. That is Leninoff with that line. Parker Waite gets it. He just pushes then to the Raiders zone. Couple of Eagles get a chase. Milwaukee just shoots it in. McGowan gets it around the boards. Waite let it go out into the neutral zone. Smart play by him because he was going to get buried by two Raiders. Liam McGowan has the puck. He kicks it over to Keegan Clark. Clark up on the near boards. Intercepted by Ryder. Nice play by him for the Raiders. Waite gets it. Little scrum here in the near board of the neutral zone. Landolf just shoots the puck on the net. Good job by Cass to pay attention on that one. And here comes the Raiders breaking out. 2-on-2 right now. Quick shot by the Raiders, but excellent job by McGowan. He blocked that shot and then went after the puck. That was by, I think that was Yang that was for the Raiders on that one. Puck goes a little far for Clark to get it. He does a nice job of getting it over to Karshner. Raiders players out front. He wasn't really sure which lineman he was going to try to go to. Eastern intercepted and just floated it into the Raiders zone. Going to have a face-off that was high stick. They called, I think that was a rider they called the high stick on. So the puck will be to the left of Cody Cass. No, it is to the right. They did change it. It was initially signaled to the left, but it will be to the right of him. Got Jacob Nitchich taking the draw for Eastern and Cadre for the Raiders. Zetterquist and Myers are on D for the Eagles. They're having trouble getting the centerman lined up. Puck goes over to Stetcher, who has it. He throws it behind the net, intercepted by a Raider. Tried to get knocked down by Myers and went over his stick. Good hustle by Cadre, who ended up getting the puck. Did a quick shot on Shubiala, who did a nice job of just blocking up over past the net. Puck comes all the way out in neutral zone. Zetterquick, he just tries to kick it over in the corner. And we're going to have an icing. And it will come all the way back down to the Milwaukee end. 7-3 the score. Got Gerald Jelinek taking the draw for Eastern. It looks like Cadre for Milwaukee won by Jelinek. Here's Josh Booth. He tried to do a quick shot. Nice recovery by Belmonte for the Raiders. Went off him, but Jelinek gets it back up. He sets up. He goes toward the front of the net. Nice play by Dawson Bunch to hold off and wait for Jelinek to break. He did. Jelinek got a shot off, but Cass was there to knock that down. Good heads up by Cody Cass on that one for the Raiders. Excellent play by Eastern. It was just a nice touch pass. Jelinek looked, kicked it down. The Bunt got it, and Jelinek broke in, got the shot off. Puck won. The draw won by the Raiders. Jelinek gives chase. Nice job by him hassling the Raiders. Here comes Joel Lusk. He intercepts it. Clark comes in, tries to pinch in, went a little bit past his stick. Jelinek used the body on the puck, goes in the corner. Nice job by Ryder. He picks it up. He looks out for a Toilet. Went too far for him, but went back down to Ryder. Ryder looks for a man breaking a front. That's Toilet. Nice job by him. He broke right into the net, but the puck bounced over his stick. Now the Raiders are putting a little pressure on Eastern. Nice job by Dawson Bunch just to get out of the neutral zone. He keeps giving charge. He gets almost a break off of it. He's in behind the net. He was looking for Joel Lusk. The puck just rolled on him. But great hustle by Dawson Bunch on that one to try to even get the puck out to Lusk. Liam McGowan has the puck. He kicks it around. Bounces off the boards. Here comes Joel Lusk. He's got Dom DeDurkis with him to his left, and he tried to take a shot, and he picked up his head, and the puck rolled underneath his stick. DeDurkis gets it. He gets it over to Clark. Clark does a quick shot. Cass Smuzzlers up with Sean Smith providing the traffic in front of the netminder. Excellent job by him. 1:31 in the second period, but the action is fast and furious right now. Both teams are just basically using their steam right now. Eastern's just putting a relentless pressure on the Raiders. They're clogging them up in their zone and the neutral zone, and they're not letting the Raiders break out like they did in the second and third period last night. Smith is in for the draw for Eastern. He wins it, kicks it back to Zetterquist. He just pushes up behind the net. Arver picks it up for Eastern. He gets it out. I think that was Myers he got it to, who took a quick shot. Puck rolls up. Zetterquist takes a shot on net. Cass just booted it out in the corner. Durkas had it, got taken off the puck. Here comes a foot race with Myers winning that one. Did a nice job of getting his body in front of the player, too. I think that was Parsons. Get the puck. He got it all the way into neutral zone. Eastern is putting pressure. Arver is in the corner. Durkas has it. He gives a body, gives an little extra hit. Now some of the physicality's picking up with 44 seconds left in this period. Belmonte gets it. He just floats it behind Eastern's net. Zetterquist picks it up. He kicks it out. And that was Smith that tried to get it up. He was trying to get it over to Arver off the boards and went a little bit too high, but great heads-up play by Sean Smith on that one. He saw Arver breaking, and he tried to bank it off the glass, went a little too high into the netting. A great play by Smith, a great job by Arver to break off of that because he thought he could beat Belmonte on that, and he did. It just went a little high. 33 seconds left in the second period. It looks like Cadre wins the draw for the Raiders. Went out, tipped over the stick of Huraby, and he regroups in the neutral zone. Arver picks it up for Eastern. He just tries to dump it in. Won't be an icing because they touched the Raider touched the puck when Arver hit it in. Arver gives chase. Puck comes in the neutral zone. Zetterquist just flips it up. He gets it to Kirchner, who got bodied off the puck. Puck comes out into Eastern end. Myers gives chase again. And that is how the period ended. But nice job by both squads. But Eastern really put a ton of pressure on the Milwaukee Raiders in that second period. A lot more reminiscent of last week against Ordiggers. They were just relentless on what they did. But the scoring was at 19-13. Alex Nikolov, new player for Eastern, gets on the board unassisted. Then at 14-15 mark, Jared Jelinek gets a goal for Eastern unassisted. Then at 13-49, Dom DeDurkas gets the goal off the assist from R.B. Arver. And then 10:48, Milwaukee Cadre gets the goal from the assist from Grobarek. Very entertaining hockey game right now. 7-3 for Eastern. And what?
All right, Parker. So just what did it mean to score that first goal at home?
Showtime, Parky!
Yeah, it was amazing to score here. Fans are awesome. Just pumped.
Awesome. And then what's been working well for you guys so far?
Just big forecheck, just pressure on these guys. They can't handle the pressure.
And then what do you need to do to make sure that you guys as a team finish this game pretty strong?
Just keep it going. Positive on the bench. The boys are having a blast right now. So.
Awesome. All right. Thank you so much, Parker.
Thank you.
With Parker Wade, I apologize for interrupting at first. We're experimenting with this, and it's still new, and so I am sorry about that. But nice job, Reagan, on that one. But that was Parker Wade who got on the board in the first period. But it's been an excellent, excellent hockey game, and we're going to take a short break. But if you're a fan of offense, this is definitely a game for you. But again, Eastern 7, Milwaukee 3, shots on goal, Eastern 35, and Milwaukee Raiders 19. And we will be back in about 17 minutes. Welcome back, hockey fan. My name is Gary Allen, and our play-by-play man, Tyler Pisani, is at a game with his son, so he is not joining us today. But it has been an entertaining hockey game here at the URC on the Eastern Washington University campus. Eastern Washington 7, the Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders 3. Shots on goal 35 for Eastern, 19 for Milwaukee. Going to do a quick rundown on the score, which there's a lot of points. 17:01 or 9 mark in the first period. Patrick Wake scores from Jared Jelinek and Eli Nickish. 15:01 mark of the first period. Joel Lusk gets an unassisted goal. 6:06 mark, Robbie Arbor gets an unassisted goal for Eastern. Then Milwaukee Raiders answered at the 5:45 mark with just Gorbeck from Gabe Turlett. Then 1:55, Milwaukee scores again from Turlett from Grobacek. And then 43 seconds left, Robbie Arbor gets a goal from Dom Dudurkis, assist. Then in the second period, Eastern, Alexander Nikolov, new player for Eastern, he gets on the board. First points for him unassisted. 14:15 mark, Jared Jelinek gets a score for Eastern unassisted. 13:49 mark of the second period, Dom Dudurkis picks up a goal from Robbie Arbor. And then 10:48 mark, Milwaukee Madu Cadre got it from an assist from Groberach. And that's how we got the scoring line of Jared Jelinek out there along with Dawson Bunch and Dom Dudurkis. Or no, that's Joel Lusk, who does get the puck. He goes down low, gets taken down, and I think Milwaukee is going to get a penalty off of that one. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be Garvin Kirby who's going to get it. I think they're going to get him for a trip on that one, but he definitely took down Mr. Lusk in the corner. And it is Gavin Ruby. And this is what Milwaukee could not afford to do, is take penalties now down by 4 goals. There's only so much Cody Cass, who's in net for Milwaukee, can do. And then Luke Shubiala has played outstanding for Eastern, so this could be a dangerous zone for the Milwaukee Raiders. Dawson Bunch gets a one-time shot by Smith, went wide. Nice play by Bunch to get it to Smith. Jelinek gets it. He gets over to Bunch, does a quick shot, and nice save by Cody Cass on that one. That was a bam-bam setup by Jelinek to Bunch. One-timer, but good job of Cass sliding over and smothering the puck. Sean Smith in for the draw for Eastern. He wins it back to Dom Dudurkis, who unwinds. Nice stop by Cass on that one, and because Smith tried to tip that in, so good heads-up play by Cody Cass to not get distracted by that tipping try by Smith. Smith wins it again. Dudurkis floats in the middle of the slide. He takes a shot. Nice job by Charlotte to deflect that into the corner. Jelinek gets it, kicks it out to Dudurkis. He does a quick wind-up, goes off the netminder. Cass. Bunch gets it over Smith, kicked over to Jelinek. Nice tip. Basically passing by those three. Just a quick pass by Bunch to Smith, who tipped it over to Jelinek, who wound up and got a nice one-timer, but Cass was there to stop it. Smith wins draw again, kicks it over to Dudurkis. He takes a quick shot, went wide. Jelinek picks it up on the far side. He tries to get it out front, gets it back over to Dawson Bunch, who does a spinorama, comes out on top of the blue line. Pass over to Dudurkis. He does a quick shot, and Cass was there to smother that up again. And I think we're going to get a penalty on Eastern, and that's going to go against Lanoff. My hunch is they're going to get him for an interference. Well, they're bouncing Jeff Leanoff out of the game at the 18:42 mark. I'm not sure what he did. I did see a Raiders player fall down. They're going to give him a 5-minute on that one. So he's out of the game. Jeff Leanoff. I know they gave him a 5. And it looks like a 5-minute game, but I'm not exactly sure what they call it. We will get that to you as soon as I get the information. But here's a golden opportunity for and they answered quickly. But the problem is when you have a 5-minute power play, you can score as many times as you want. There is not, it's not like a minor penalty where you get 2 minutes, you get a goal on you and that nullifies it. No, the Raiders are still on the power play for 4:46, and that Cadre picked up the goal on that one for the Raiders. So this could definitely make it an interesting game with 4:30 left in that major penalty to Leanoff. So Eastern's got to be careful because that goal definitely gave some life to the Raiders. Here comes MILWAUKEE there in Eastern's end. Shibali just pushes it off to the side. Nice job by Cadre. He came up, lifted the stick up on Karcham and stole the puck. Eastern gets it back. They just shoot in the neutral zone. Lusk gives chase. He gets the puck. He tries to go behind the net. Nice write-off by a Raider player. Dislodged him from the puck. That was Durkoff. He gets the puck now. He's in Eastern zone. Quick pass over to Raider, but nice job. I think that was Arbor that actually ran interference on that pass. Puck comes out in the neutral zone. Turla has the puck. He's getting hassled by Waite. Interesting play by, I think that Petraprin. He had the puck, and it looked like he was going to try to pass the puck, and then he cut right in front of the net, but he tried to lift it in the top shelf, but went too far and went in the far side netting. There's still 3:13 left, and Jeff Leanoff, major penalty. Puck won by the Raiders, but they pushed it up in the netting, and they will do it again. 16:51 left in the third period. Shots on goal, 40 for Eastern, 20 for MILWAUKEE. Smith wins the draw for the Eastern. Went behind the net, but stole by the Raiders, who now they are putting just a ton of pressure on Eastern. They're trying to get Eastern to chase them, and as long as the Eagles stay positional, they'll be fine. But right now, that's what the Raiders are trying to do. And a big shot, top shelf shot. That was by Huraby. He just kind of snuck in at the top of the slot and just buried it. And I don't know if Shubiala could see the puck or not because he didn't make a move, and the puck just buried it up on top shelf. And again, the tough part, Eastern still down a man for 2 minutes and 50 seconds. And outstanding job by the Raiders. They saw some life, and they're taking full advantage of it right now. They're only down by 2 goals going into this period when they were down by 4. So they're taking advantage of this major penalty to Leanoff. And there they come. A quick shot again. That was by through a ton of traffic. That was by Turlet. And right now, Eastern is stunned, and they're still a short for 2 minutes, 34 seconds. And I'll be frank with you, and I've been around the game a long time. I haven't seen this many goals scored in a major penalty before, and it's all done in in less than 3 minutes. They just the Raiders are just putting a ton of heat on the Eagles right now, and they're definitely taking a ton of advantage being on this power play for 5 minutes. It scores 7-6 Eastern, but all the life is with Milwaukee right now. They break into the Eastern's end. They huddled up to try to set up a play. Here comes a quick shot. Shubiala knocks it over behind the net. Here comes Joel Lusk. He tried to go around the player, missed it, but Jelena picked it up. But the Milwaukee Raiders are just putting a ton of heat on Eastern. They need to just weather this storm to get full strength again. Puck goes behind Shubiala. Picked up by Parker Waite. He's just eating us some time along with Arver down there. Two of the Raiders are trying to battle Waite, but he won't let the puck loose. Here comes a quick shot out front. And nice job by Shubiala, but that was Jelinek too. He made the Raider player shoot around him. That gave Luke some time to see the puck. Minute 18 left in the major penalty to Leanoff. Here comes Dawson Bunch, 1-on-2. He's just going to eat some time up, and he was going to drop pass back to Smith and lost the puck. Here comes the Raiders right back in. He just scrolled in. That was Ryder that came in all by himself. He split the D-man, got the shot off. Shubiala did a nice job of knocking the puck down. 48 seconds left in this penalty to Leanoff. Smith gets it for Eastern. He just kicks it up into the neutral zone. There is just a ton of pressure right now by the Raiders. But again, we got a slash coming up. And it's going to go against Milwaukee. And that's number 12, Alex Schoenfelder. So that's going to help with the 37 seconds left in the major to Leanoff, because the Raiders were just unrelentless on the pressure, and Eastern was trying to recover, but Milwaukee did a great job for that time. They got just a ton of shots on Shubiala, so this will help with the penalty coming to Milwaukee. Then Eastern will have the man advantage. Dawson Bunch gets it. He kicks it over to Lusk. Lusk is trying to just eat some time up to try to get the man advantage. Good job by him. Still 24 seconds and laying off penalty. And the puck will come all the way back down to the Raiders' end on an icing. A minute 42 on the Schoenfelder penalty for Milwaukee. 18 seconds on the penalty to Leanoff. 7-6 is the score. Totally turned around from the intermission. Nice job by Durkis. He just eating up clock. 5 seconds left in that penalty in Leanoff. Then Eastern will have the power play. Then we'll see if they can turn things around off of that. They are man up. They dumped the puck down. Good heads-up play by Eastern. There was no icing because it was touched by the Raiders. So Eastern will have the puck in the Raiders' zone. Bunch gets it. Nice little pass between his legs to himself. He looked to set up Jelinek and intercepted by Belmonte. Puck comes out. Joel Lux brings it in. He goes in deep, takes a quick shot. Nice job by Cass to kick that out. Smith gives chase in the corner, kicks it out to Jelinek. That's Bunch, excuse me. He took a quick shot, but that was knocked down by Pochaka for the Raiders. The puck comes out in the neutral zone. 39 seconds left in the man advantage for Eastern. Joel Lust picks up the puck in his end. He skates it out, but Torlet is riding him off. Nice job by him. Lust gets in behind the net. He floats around looking to set someone up. And excellent job by Ryder to ride Lusk all the way out of the zone. Here comes Jelinek. He kicks it over to Durkis, does a quick shot. Nice job by Cass off his blocker side to put the puck in the corner. And that will eat up the penalty time for the Raiders. Both teams are full strength. With the Raiders picking up the puck in their zone. That's Ryder that has it. He tries to kick it up far. Quick shot. That was by, it looks like, Dunkop. Went wide all the way back down to their end. Kirchner gives a lot of problems to him. Wake gets it. He does a quick shot. It was almost like a knuckle puck. And Cass did a good job to even getting that out of the air because Ethan Patrick was charging in quite heavily on top of the net. And if Cass didn't get that, Patrick would have had an open net to knock that puck in. Kirchner wins the draw for Eastern. Puck shot in by Jacob Nitches. Went off far, and the Raiders corral it. That's Yang that has it. He kicks it all the way up to Barnard, but went way too far for him. There'll be an icing at the 11:25 mark of the third period. Scores Eastern 7, Milwaukee 6. And going into this period, it seemed like Eastern had a comfortable lead. They had 7, and Milwaukee came in with 3, and then all of a sudden they got that major penalty, and Milwaukee unloaded for 3 goals in that time span to make this game very interesting. Milwaukee picks up the puck. Myers has it. He winds up, takes a quick shot. Chubiala knocked down the puck, got it finally out into the corner. Patrick gets it. He kicks it around the net. He makes it over to Boot. Boot tried to kick it up, and I think it went off of an Eastern player and into their bench. And that was off of Jacob Nitches and went to the bench. The faceoff will be to the left, Shubiala. Smith wins the draw. Kicks it to himself over to the far boards. Park intercepts it. Here comes Robbie Arver. He gets it up to Durkis. Went a little bit too far for him. It's in the neutral zone. There's a little battle going on there. McGowan had it. Trickled off him. Here comes the Raiders again. They try to do a quick tip. Robbie Arver gets it. He just pushes out in the neutral zone. I think what Eastern's doing a good job. They're trying to weather the storm right now. The extra energy that the Raiders have from that 3 goal that they got from that major penalty. So 10-10 left in the third period. Clark knocked the puck in, went a little bit too far. They were going to be offside, so he pulled out, kicked over to the Durkis. He gives it to Jelinek. Jelinek does a nice little feed pass, almost got it, but the Raider player, I think that was Myers that got a stick in there. That would have been a point-blank shot. Sterling Myers has, he dumps it in the corner, comes over to Dom Durkis. He tries to kick it behind to Jelinek, but nice job by Pachaka for the Raiders. They get the puck, but the puck knocked down by Myers in the neutral zone. Here he comes. He brings it up. He's on the near side. He does a quick shot, kicked out by Cass. Puck comes all the way down to Zetterquist, who just shoots it in the corner. Bunch gives chase. Puck comes out in the neutral zone. Myers smothered that, and he just shot it back in. Good play by Sterling. Lusk runs interference. Zetterquist gets it. He looks up, tries to get it over to Jelinek. Went too far, but Bunch was there. He got it, and Bunch did a great job, and he's going to get a tripping call for Eastern on that one, and that was by Belmonte. Bunch, that was his hustle that got that penalty. Nobody could stop him, and that's what makes Dawson Bunch so effective. He just does not slow down out there. He's constantly moving. Outstanding hockey player. And he just created that penalty. And so Belmonte's going to go in for 2 minutes for tripping at the 8:50 mark of the third period. Shane Smith has it. won the draw. Sean did a great job. He's done well tonight with his face-offs. Bunch gets it. Kicked it over to Lusk, who went high. Arver gets it. Kicks it out to Durkas. He goes wide. He kicks over to Bunch. Bunch has it. He's setting everyone up. Here comes Lusk. Lusk does a one-timer to Dom Durkas. Try to go off the netminder. Puck comes out. Weird hop. It rolled up on top of the net. And Mr. Smith tried to knock it down, but the referees called it and blew the whistle. But nice heads-up play by all the Eagles on that one. Eastern's doing a good job of cycling on this power play right now. Everybody's moving, and they're going in a nice dimension right now. Smith won the drop and intercept by the Raiders. And they're going to call a high stick on Mr. Lusk on that one. And rolled all the way into Shubiala, but they blew the whistle. Will come to his left. Got Sean Smith taking the draw for Eastern. He wins it. Puck picked up, rolled all the way around the boards to Arver on the near side. Arver's in 3-on-2 right now for the Eagles. Here comes the Raider to make that even. Smith has it, kicked back over to Arver to Bunch. Bunch peels off. Quick pass over to Bunch. One little wide on for him, and here comes the Raider who intercepted the pass. And there's a break-in right now for the Raiders. Raiders do a quick deke. That was a mistake by the Eagles. They try to knock the puck down, got by him, and it looks like Dukov. No, I stand corrected. That Golbarak got the goal, and they're still shorthanded at the 50 seconds left in it. And this game is all knotted up, and I'm going to be frank with you, it's kind of a bit of a stunner right now. That major penalty that Lainoff picked, that just gave a ton of life to Milwaukee. And so now we'll see how Eastern will respond. They've been trying to put some pressure on them in here. Just little mistakes, and here they go again. Here comes a break, but Jared Jelinek gets on his wheels and does a heck of a job back checking, and that was a 2-on-0 for Milwaukee. You can't say enough about Jelinek just bearing his head down and went all the way back down and did some back check, stole the puck. Great job by Jared. Here comes Easton. They push the puck in. Penalty's over for the Raiders. So everyone's full strength at the 6:48 mark left in the third period, but this game is definitely taking a twist. And we talked about it, Tyler and I did last night. One of the things that hurt Eastern are their penalties, and it's doing that again tonight. That's how they got back in the game. It's just phenomenal right now. But again, you got to give credit to Milwaukee. There was no quitting in them. You saw that last night, and you saw it tonight. Even down 7-3, they were still chugging along pretty well. We got an offside call. And I don't think Milwaukee was in an agreement. They thought the referees missed something, but Jacob Nickish, he's on the draw for Eastern. He wins it. Puck comes back. Went a little bit too far for it, and here it goes. It's a bad hop for Eastern. Capacho got it, but he shot the puck wide. But again, this is what Eastern's got to be careful of. Milwaukee is in essence forcing them to make some decisions that I don't think that Eastern's ready to do right now, and they're creating some mistakes. And you got to give credit to Milwaukee for that. They're putting relentless pressure on Eastern. They just need to settle down a little bit, get back in their form like they did for basically 2.25 periods of this game. Eastern dominated, but Milwaukee did not go away, and they got this thing knotted. Tip your cap off to the Raiders. They just keep on chugging along. It's an impressive hockey team. Dom Durkis had it, and he tried to do a little spin around it, pass to himself, went wide. But here's Smith. Smith takes a quick shot. Nice job by Cass to kick that puck out. Keegan Clark unwinds it. Cass gets it, knocks it in the corner. Durkis tried to get it over to Arver, intercepted by a Raider. And here they are. They're breaking out. He tried to do a little flip pass, but intercepted in neutral zone by McGowan. Here comes the Raiders. They intercepted it. Got knocked off the puck. Does a nice little backhand. That was by number 11, Torolette. And he's been phenomenal the last 2 games. That kid is, him and O'Reilly and Goldbrack, boy, they and Yang, they are top-notch hockey players for Milwaukee. Puck won by Eastern. They just whipped it around all the way around the boards, but ACHA intercepted it. And then they're going to get a penalty, and that was all set up by Dawson Bunch. Again, it's that hustle that he does. He doesn't take any time off the ice, and so I'm surprised Milwaukee hasn't picked that up, because that's what he did. He just charged forward and got behind the D-man, and that was ACHA, and he got a trip on it. Smith in for the draw for Eastern. Here's a golden opportunity at the 4:57 mark of the third. Smith wins it, kicked it back to Lusk. Lusk tried to do a little quick pass to Bunch. Tied up by the Raiders. There's 2 of their players. Smith comes in to join. He gets the puck over to Lusk. Lusk passes to Durkis. Durkis unwinds it. Nice stop by Cass. Eastern was trying to get some traffic on him. Didn't quite get there, but nice job. Good heads-up play by Cody Cass, who played great last night. He came in relief for Costello today. Well, I thought, again, Costello was having a solid game for Milwaukee, but they decided to make a change. Cass comes in, so they didn't lose anything. Never mind, both are outstanding. Eastern now is putting more pressure on the Raiders, and that's Bunch. He's just hustling. He just took the Raiders, and they're going to call an interference on Bunch, and I'm sorry, but that was just pure effort by Dawson Bunch. He was just hassling the Raiders, but the referee saw it differently and went with an interference on that one. So right now, Eastern's in the box for 2 minutes. The Raiders still have 1:28 in there, so 32 seconds, they'll have the man advantage. But I know Eastern likes to attack when they're shorthanded or 4-on-4, because they have a lot of speed, as does the Raiders. So this should be interesting. Big hit on Durkis, and it didn't pick up the Raider that did that. That was by Reeder. Just put a big body on Dom, which is rare that you ever see Dom get knocked off his skates. This guy's just stout. Can't say enough good about Durkis at all. He's just an outstanding hockey player. Eastern wins the draw, kicks the puck over to Arver, up to Smith. Smith kicks it back over to Durkis, trying to set up some play. Dom goes in, drops it off to Smith. Smith's over to Lusk, who jumped on the ice, tried to get the pass over to Arver, intercepted by the Raider, and he just kind of goes down the far side, but nice job by Arver to ride him off. Eastern has the puck. They corralled and went a little bit too far for him, but here comes Joel Lusk. 3-on-2. Durkis has it. He's holding up. He tried to do a behind-the-back pass over to Lusk, went a little bit too far, and here comes the Raider. But it was 1-on-1. That was Ryder that had it. He went high with his shot. Puck comes all the way down and took a strange hop off the kicker plate and went in on Cass, and he had to smother it up. And we will have a face-off to his right. 3:18 left in the third period. 54 seconds left in the Eagles penalty. 21 seconds left in the Raiders penalty. Wade won the draw, went far side to Myers. Myers had it. He just knocked it in the corner. Wade gives chase. Puck a little too strong. Nice job by Boot to hold the puck in. I thought that puck was going to get out. Excellent job by Josh Boot. Penalties over for the Raiders. They're on the power play right now for 30 seconds. Puck floats up to Eastern's end. Myers has it. He dumps it in the neutral zone. Jelinek had it. Went over to Wade. Intercepted by the Raiders. A quick cross ice pass. There it is. Nice tape-to-tape pass. And Milwaukee scores. They take the lead 8-7, but outstanding passing by the Milwaukee School of Engineering Raiders. It's going to be Ryder that picked up the goal, but they're going to give an assist to Gorbriak, and I think Torlette got it, and they've been on the scoreboard constantly, either scoring goals or assists, but it's 8-7. We'll see how Eastern responds to this one, but it was a major comeback by the Milwaukee Raiders today. Puck goes out wide. Arver gives chase. Smith picks it up. He just knocks it in the neutral zone. This game is definitely flipped, and it started at the major penalty on Laninoff, and that gave life to Milwaukee, and they just came smoking back and got the lead. And Eastern is unfortunate because they've taken the play to the Raiders basically this whole game. But again, Milwaukee doesn't quit, and they got their breath back and settled in after that major penalty, and they've taken advantage of it. We'll see how Eastern responds. Here comes the Raiders back. Nice job by Arver to tie up Cadre's stick, or they would have had an easy point-blank shot. Good job by Robbie back-checking. Raiders are content just to tip the puck back into Eastern's end. Here comes a long pass, tip back in, but it went a little bit too strong, I think, for what they were trying to do here. We got a whistle, but I'm not sure what the whistle was. I think they got too many men on the ice for Milwaukee. Yang's going to sit that penalty out, but I think that's what it was. And Eastern's calling a timeout at the minute 16 mark, down by 1, 8-7. But like I said, if you just joined us, this has been an interesting game that Eastern kind of, in essence, dominated, and then they picked up a major penalty. And like I said last night, and I've been saying today, Milwaukee doesn't quit. They took full advantage of it, got the game knotted up, then they took the lead. But I can't say enough about some of their players from Milwaukee: Belmonte, O'Reilly, Yang, Cadre, Reeder, Hirby. They've got an outstanding hockey team, and they got two good netminers that I've seen, Cody Cass and Ethan Costello. So we'll see now what Eastern will be able to do. They'll have the man advantage through the end of this game with a minute 16 left. You got Sean Smith out there taking the draw. Dom DeDurkis is out there. It looks like quick shot by Lusk. Lusk is out there too, as long as is Dawson Bush and Jared Jelinek. So we got Jelinek, Arver, Lusk, Smith, the Durkis out there for Eastern. So they put their speed guys out there and some bulk out there with Arver, and then hopefully Arver just goes in and creates a bunch of traffic in front of the netminder. Bunch has it. He kicks the puck down low. Jelinek back out to Bunch. Bunch tries to do a quick shot. Smith is there, and then his backhand went a little wide. Nice play by Smith, though, to even get himself in position for that. 50 seconds left. Eastern's pulled their netminder. So now they have the extra man, so 6-on-4. And that's how Arver got out there on that one. So we will see what Eastern will do. Puck comes on the near side, gets chased by the Raiders. They just dump it in behind Eastern's net. 30 seconds left. Jelinek gets it. He slows up, sets back up to Durkas. He comes across pass over to Bunch. Bunch is looking for a line mate. Here comes Dom Durkas. He winds up. Aravi Arver's right there to answer at the 14-second mark. Outstanding job by one Dawson Bunch, who got the puck, waited for Dom Durkas to set himself up in the slot. When he does that, he has a rocket for a shot. He did hit Cody Cass right in the chest, and the puck bounced out. And there's Robbie Arver, who I was mentioning, put him right in front of the net because he's a big fella. He's right there, and he buried the puck in. And this game is tied, folks. Outstanding job by Eastern. They had the Raiders moving around, and with them being shorthanded, Eastern did an outstanding job of setting up their offense, and it may go into overtime. Here comes the Raiders, though. They don't quit. They do a quick shot. Shubiala knocks it off into the corner, and the Raiders are still putting a ton of heat on them, and that's the end of this period, but it has been unbelievable third period. I don't even know how to describe how this game was Eastern dominated. To be quite frank with you, and again, this is not taking anything away from Milwaukee. They were playing strong, but Eastern just was doing everything they wanted. They picked up a major penalty, and give credit to Milwaukee. They took full advantage of it, knocking off 3 goals on that, and their momentum kept going. And then they ended up taking the lead, and then Eastern came flooding back. You could see them get some new life on it because they had a couple of shots on Casa, I think, lifted their spirits up like, hey, we might be able to beat him. And there it was. We got Bunch kicked over to Durkas, who just buried a shot. Like I said, when that kid winds up, it's tough for any netminder to stop. But the puck came out. Arver plopped himself right in front of the netminder and buried it to even this game up 8 apiece. Unbelievable hockey game. It was the same that way yesterday. It was a very well-played hockey game, won by Milwaukee 5-4. But both teams are almost a mirror image. They play extremely similar style. They do a lot of attacking. It's going to be 3-on-3 hockey to start this overtime, 5-minute overtime period. 50 shots on goal for Eastern, 31 for Milwaukee. Jelinek wins the draw, kicks it over to Boot. Boot sets it back up to Jelinek with Lusk out there on top. Does a quick pass over to Lusk. Lusk gives it back to Boot. Boot gives over to Joel Lusk, who's circling. Here he comes in. He's over the red line. He tries to, he just kind of split the D-man. He's in down deep, rode off by the Raider player. Nice job by him. The puck comes all the way around, and Jelinek gets it over back to Boot. Boot tried to pass it to Lusk, went off his stick, and here come Ryder. Ryder does a quick shot. Dubiala had to be on top of his net on that one because it took a sharp angle on him, and he was moving over to his right, and the puck was going to his left. Nice job by Lucas Shubiala to corral that puck. 4:18 left in the 3-on-3 overtime. Puck won by the Raiders, and that was more of a shot. He wasn't trying to pass it. He just won the faceoff, and he went all the way for the shot, and that's Grobriak, who's played unbelievable today. The Durkas had to go between his legs. He tried to push it up to Smith, then intercepted by Cadre. He kicks it over in the near side. Went down deep. Myers intercepts it. He's battling Grobriak. Smith gets it. He just loops around the boards, picked up by the Raider. The Durkas, he blocks it. Here comes Don on by himself. He's one-on-one, does a shot. Nice job by Cass to kick that pad out. I thought the Dirk was going to go high on him, and he decided to go low, and nice job by Cass. Here comes the Raiders. They do a backhand. Unbelievable save by Lucas Shubiala. This has been an unbelievable goaltender battle right now. We had Dom DeDurkis break in all by himself. Cass does a great job. You don't want to see DeDurkis by himself. And then here comes the Raiders, which Shubiala making an outstanding save. So the goaltenders are definitely playing their part in this overtime. Here comes Jelinek. He crosses line, look for Lusk. He drops the pass off to Lusk. Lusk cuts in front, tries to go high. Jelinek tries to knock it down. Great job by Cass to kick it out. Here comes Lusk. He tried to get it out in front to Jelinek. Intercepted by, that was Huraby. Nice job by him, or that would have been a clean shot. Very entertaining overtime period. Here comes the Raiders. They're in the eastern zone. Takes a quick shot, and they scored. That was a top of the circle shot, and I'm trying to see who got that. That was number 11, Gabe Tourlet. And I don't know how many goals and points he's got tonight, but that guy's been on the scoreboard all the time. It's an unfortunate loss for Eastern, but a great shot by the Raiders. They came in. He went wide. And I'm not sure if Luke was screened on that one or not, but the puck was buried in the top corner. Tough loss for Eastern, 9-8. But give credit to Milwaukee. They didn't quit. They kept battling, fighting it, and they took it to them in the overtime. 2:57 left in this overtime. Great hockey game by both teams. This one's going to sting for Eastern for a little bit because they played so well today. Their pressure was relentless. Passing was good. They just made a couple of mistakes. They got in the penalty difficulties again. That 5-minute major really hurt them. That gave total life to Milwaukee. And but give Eastern credit. They came back and fought when they fell behind 8-7. They didn't quit, which is great to see. Great overtime period, great battle, but Milwaukee came out on top. But congratulations, both teams. Very entertaining hockey. Great crowd here again tonight. And this homecoming, the football game is going on too, but it was a very nice crowd here. But can't say enough good things about Milwaukee School of Engineering. They played extremely well, but Eastern also played top notch. They just had a little breakdown, cost them, but give them credit. They didn't quit. Bodes well for Eastern. Next game for EWU, they're on the road. They go to Western Washington for 2 games next week. You can pick up the broadcast from Western Washington on that one. Eastern's next home game is on the 17th and 18th. The 17th starts at 7 o'clock, and the 18th at 4 o'clock. So definitely get your tickets for that. But again, great hockey game. It's just too bad Eastern played extremely well, as did Milwaukee. And Milwaukee came out top in the overtime period. 9-8, the final score. Shots on goal, Eastern 52, Milwaukee 35. Tip of the cap to both squads. They both played well, but Eastern, they look good. This is going to be an excellent hockey team as the year goes on. This is only their 4th game, or that's correct, 4th game, or actually count these two 6, but they are. You can see them gelling. You can start seeing them blend in really well together. So it's going to bode well for Eastern. But again, my name is Gary Allen. Thank you for tuning in. Final score, Milwaukee School of Engineering 9, Eastern Washington University Eagles 8. Final shots on goal, 52 for Eastern, 35 for Milwaukee. And then we will be joining you. Tyler will be back on the 17th to pick up the play-by-play. And so thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the game. Go Eags.